Every single day, you do this without giving it a second thought. It feels completely natural, almost automatic. But for most of human history, your ancestors couldn't. Not because they didn't want to, but because they had no idea it was even possible. For hundreds of thousands of years, humans survived without it, adapting in ways that seem almost unimaginable today. Then something changed. One discovery quietly transformed the course of human history forever. The real question is, what made humans start doing it for the very first time? Long before cities, farming, or even the first written word, your body already depended on it. This wasn't a habit. It was survival. Without it, your brain couldn't function the way it was supposed to. Your muscles weakened. Your body struggled to stay balanced. And every passing day made survival a little harder. The strange part is, your ancestors had no reliable way to get it. Sometimes they found it by chance. Sometimes they went days, even longer, without enough of it. Yet their bodies never stopped demanding it. Because deep inside every human is an ancient biological signal, one designed to keep you alive at all costs. It doesn't care about comfort. It doesn't care about convenience. It only cares about one thing: finding what your body cannot live without. But nature had already solved the problem long before humans ever did. Wild animals seemed to know exactly where to go. Again and again, herds returned to the same places: mineral-rich soil, hidden springs, or patches of earth that looked no different from anywhere else. They weren't following a map. They were following instinct. And your ancestors noticed. Early humans spent their lives watching animals, how they moved, what they avoided, and where they always came back. If a herd stopped to eat something unusual, humans paid attention. If animals returned to the same place season after season, humans followed. Without realizing it, they were learning one of evolution's oldest lessons. Sometimes, the fastest way to survive is to copy nature first. Imagine a small group of prehistoric humans moving silently across a dry landscape. The sun is beginning to disappear behind the hills. They've been walking for hours. Their food is almost gone. The children are exhausted. The adults don't speak much anymore. Every step is spent searching for something their bodies desperately need, even if they don't fully understand what it is. Then, the hunters notice a herd of deer gathering around an ordinary patch of earth. The animals stop. They lower their heads and begin licking the ground. The humans wait. They watch carefully. Only after the herd leaves do they slowly walk toward the same place. They kneel down, touch the strange soil, and taste it. For a brief moment, the endless craving inside their bodies begins to fade. They don't know the science. They don't know the reason. They only know one thing. Tomorrow, they'll remember exactly where this place is. For a long time, this was only a theory. Then archaeology began uncovering the evidence. Researchers found ancient campsites where the soil contained unusually high concentrations of sodium-rich minerals, suggesting that humans returned to these same places again and again. Even more surprising were discoveries from Neolithic settlements dating back nearly 8,000 years. There, archaeologists uncovered broken clay pots, fire pits, and the remains of primitive salt-making sites. These weren't accidents. They were early production areas where people intentionally collected salty water and slowly heated it until white crystals remained. Studies from Europe, China, and South America reveal something remarkable. Communities separated by thousands of miles, with no contact between one another, all discovered the same solution. Different cultures, different continents, yet the same human instinct: find salt or risk survival itself. For hundreds of thousands of years, humans depended on nature to provide enough sodium. Then everything changed. People stopped wandering and began settling in one place. Farming spread across the world. Fields of wheat, barley, rice, and millet replaced the wild plants and animals that had sustained humans for countless generations. The problem was, grains filled empty stomachs. But they contained very little sodium. For the first time, people could produce plenty of food. Yet their bodies were receiving less of one mineral they still couldn't live without. The ancient craving didn't disappear. It became even stronger. That single change forced humans to think differently. Instead of waiting to find salt in nature, they learned how to make it themselves. Salt springs became workshops. Clay pots became tools. Simple discoveries slowly turned into organized production. And from that moment on, salt was no longer just something people searched for. It became something they produced, stored, traded, and protected. Humanity had solved one survival problem, but unknowingly created the world's first valuable mineral. And even though your world has completely changed, your body hasn't. You still reach for salty food without thinking. Your brain still rewards every bite with a small burst of satisfaction. Because deep inside, it still believes sodium is rare. Your body still runs on the same survival program that kept your ancestors alive for hundreds of thousands of years. The difference is, they spent days searching for it. You can find it in almost every processed meal, every snack, and every restaurant. The ancient craving survived. The environment changed. Your instincts never got the update. Every time food tastes better after adding salt, you're not creating a new habit. You're activating one of the oldest survival systems your species has ever evolved. The search may have ended thousands of years ago, but your body is still living as if it never did. For hundreds of thousands of years, your ancestors searched for something their bodies could never live without. Today, that search is over. Salt is everywhere. But the instinct that once kept humanity alive is still inside you, quietly shaping your choices every single day. The next time you reach for the salt shaker, remember, you're repeating a survival behavior that began long before civilization ever existed. If you enjoy uncovering the hidden stories behind ancient human behavior, subscribe for more documentaries like this. I'll see you in the next one.